I suppose that is the end of.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? And 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 will you get bored of killing me? But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But
one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string, you don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings, you don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string, you don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings, you don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing, I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string, you don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings, you don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? 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 But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you, I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you, I knew this. When I'm with you, I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you, I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you, I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
I suppose that is the end of...
Au contraire, mon capitaine! He's back!
What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy 8-Bit, and we are here with a brand new one. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. So without further ado, let's go check out this what we got here. I know we checked it out the other night, but here, let me get this pulled up right quick. Here, let y'all hear it. So we do got Gorr, we do got VALKARIE and all of them. ODIN the All-Father. And it is confirmed that we are getting a tier 4 for for Gorr and for VALKARIE. Let me slow this down right quick and we can check it out. Let's get the music going for the game. There we go. All right. So yeah, let me go back because it seems like I already passed it. So if you look right at the sword right there, you see the tier 4 clear as the T4 clear as day for my guy Gorr. Yeah. So I actually missed that the first time that that we watched this. So I did want to make sure that I did point that out to you guys. Yeah, we got tier 4 there, clear as day. And then we also got the same thing going on with VALKARIE here as well. I didn't catch it the first time, but did you catch that? It's like right there on her blade. As she leaps into the, yeah, right there. As she leaps into the frame. Here, hers is a hell of a lot quicker. But it's like right there on her sword. And then, oh, damn it. This damn thing here is moving hella fast and we got it slowed down all the way. Yeah, there we go. So tier 4 for VALKARIE as well. I actually started to make this shot the screenshot, but it's just way too blurry. The thumbnail. But yeah. Well, see, so this is the thing too. ODIN with the spear, right? And what's up, Infinite? What's going on? So we got ODIN with the spear, and what's going on, Bubba? What's happening? Good evening, sir. So it's a couple of things going on right here, actually. Right? So tier 4 ODIN, tier 4 Thor. But then we got wait a minute. Hold on. Now I got a feeling that if they do anything like tier 5, but you see clearly Odin has a spear back there, right? Like that's clearly not a sword, okay? But then yeah, clearly not a sword, right? Okay, so hold that thought. But then if we go here to the key art, my guy is clearly holding a sword. So it's like, well, what the actual heck, man? You know? I mean, I'm thoroughly confused. So and it's clearly the same hilt as well. You know, if you look right here, so I don't know if this thing maybe extends into that spear that we see right here in the sneak peek, because that's clearly the same weapon. Seems like, I mean, you got the little purple gem right there with the wings on the hilt sort of situation, right? And then same thing here, but clearly a sword, because you can, well, this is the bottom of his pauldron, but you don't see anything coming out the other end as far as, you know, a pole, right? Which you would typically associate with a spear. So I'm confused. Well, I mean, I got an eye for weird shit. I don't know about an eye for details, but I definitely have an eye for weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, it took me forever to figure out that this was Gorr and Valkyrie right here. 'Cause I kind of want to. Let me see here. Yeah. So on the live stream celebration, right? Like these wings here. Well, that's Gorr. Okay. I'm assuming. But in the sneak peek, if we go back to Gorr here, you know, my guy is clearly let me back it up a little bit, but he's clearly holding the necro sword, right? That don't look like no freaking sword. That looks like a spear. So I mean, you got this going all the way out the other end. I mean, I don't know what that could, it's no hilt on it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what in the hell is going on, really? There is a sword here, but that seems to be Valkyrie's sword. She's holding it in her right hand in the other joint. So, and she's the only one of them that's holding two weapons. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Maybe it's an animation or something like that where they pull out an additional weapon. I mean, it's not like it's unheard of. You know what I mean? I mean, characters like Winter Soldier do that shit all the time. So, yeah. Yeah, the devs are definitely, hey, what's up, Chips? What's going on? SETI Chips. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, the devs are definitely drinking on the piano table. You know what I mean? The piano has been drinking. They are definitely doing that. They own the sauce right now. Maybe they still having a long New Year's. I don't know. But Like they're kind of all over the place with this one, and then with it only being the 3 characters, because I'm sitting up here scratching my head, going, "Well, who could the other Asguardian be?" And turns out it's the same person, sort of situation, or I think it's the same person, right? So, I mean, hopefully I'm wrong. Yeah, let's pick up and try to take care of a little bit of business. Let's see here. Beta had something like that on his key art, an axe and a sword. Yeah, yeah. But see, his actually turns from it. You know what I mean? It turns from the axe to the sword. I think in his 6th or his awakened skill or some shit like that. So that's cool and all. I'm just saying it damn near looks like another character because he's got that sort of wing shit that Exodus has on his back as well. So that was kind of throwing me off because I'm like, that can't be Gorr, bro. And then when I looked at the sneak peek, I was like, oh, that is Gorr. I think it's just looking, for, because like it's really weird. When is the last time we've gotten an update where it's only been 3 characters, right? Well, shit. Last main update, right? It was only 3 characters. And then they hit us with the MIDI, but it was only 1 sneak peek for like the entire month. So they clearly plan on dropping maybe a teaser trailer on the next go round. For this mid month. So and it could just be a resource management thing. question is, should I? No, I'm not gonna abandon what I'm doing with Apocalypse for Odin. I'm gonna keep going with Apocalypse. That way he'll be tier 4 by the time he gets his uniform, and then we'll come back to Odin. Because I mean, at the end of the day, Apocalypse can do things that Odin cannot. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm already heavily invested into this guy. Okay. That works. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And you know, as far as Odin, I have other tier 4s that can kind of do everything that Odin can do as far as the tagging is concerned. So now I can just as easily slap his son into any of the stages that he qualifies for and be just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up right here. Yeah, they really need to go back on this collector's vault shit or the collector's hall shit, and I mean, they could use this same format but just open it up where everybody can get at least a 4. Like, I would take a 4-star minimum over a guaranteed 6 for a limited amount of players any day, whereas everybody could get the 4. But I figured they were probably losing a lot of money on that shit. So they said, nope, we're gonna limit it and we'll just give away a bunch of 6 stars, but you know, only this many sort of shit. And that's telling, because they're only giving away like 5 per whatever the hell they got it set up, per server or per whatever. So it's kind of shit. I mean, the only thing in here, and we're gonna stop it right quick because I want to take a look at the reward table for this damn thing. But the only reward in here for me that's worth it is gonna be any of the cards, the 6-star mega, the 6-star mythic ticket, the mega uniform upgrade ticket. That's always going to be valuable. And then any of the cards, any of the mythic cards. You know, everything else in here is complete trash as far as I'm concerned. For my account. I mean, yeah, you need the Stark branded blueprints again early on for the 5th gear, but you had the rest of the uniform tickets in here, like, you know, 2 through 5 as well as the 6, then this would be great. But they don't want to do that. You know what I mean? They want to try and throttle shit. So, at the very least, you have to get bios enough to get up to heroic or legendary. Like if that mega uniform, if the mega uniform upgrade ticket dropped just a little bit more, this would be worth it. But I've been running this thing, and I've barely even seen that damn thing. If at all. I think maybe I might have gotten it once. So, yeah, it is what it is. Fresh 20 piece. That's that premium uniform ticket. Got a new uniform dropping for VALKARIE. I was actually working on Agent Venom. And Sentinel's uniform is only at rare as well. Oh wow, she's doing all of that with a normal uniform. 384 bios. Okay. Let's do it. And get the double up on him. There we go. Yeah, definitely. In the high 230s, 240s, yeah. Hey, we just can't get over 210, 220 or 2020. Has the patch notes released yet? No, they'll release those tomorrow. Usually around the like right after the live stream. So I'll be back for tomorrow's live whenever that air or later today. After your boy gets off work. Oh, they just being hard-headed now. You're building Gorr for now, skipping Null and Kang. I can't say that it's a bad option. There we go. I can't say that it's a bad option, honestly. I mean, considering every other native tier 3 has been a banger. You know what I mean? Makes perfect sense. I don't know what this team is. Yeah. He's got the self-heal. He's got the revive built into his kit. He's got the super guard break immunity built into his kit. So he's got a lot going for him as far as PvP is concerned. And when he came out, he was kind of a menace. So yeah, the cold thing is, a few years back, they said when they introduced TBA that they were introducing that game mode to create spice and variety and this sort of thing from seeing the same old combination of teams. Of course, that's exactly what it turned out to be, which was what the whole point system was about, right? Unfortunately, they did not lock in to make it where you had to use three members on your team, so people are skirting the shit out of the system. I'll say all of that to say this. Doesn't it kind of seem like they're going back on all of this shit? I mean, if Gorr is gonna be another PvP banger, native tier 4, with like little to no counters, you know what I mean? That's not balancing. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's just gonna be more of the same in the long run, and people are all on the Gorr hype train right about now. But after a while, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so tired of blase, blase, blah." And you can say, "Well, you heard it here first." I don't know if that's something I want to brag about or what, but it is what it is. Now, if Sif support is absolutely dope, you know, I ain't gonna knock that. I mean, not Sif. It just feels like she should be part of this too. Hey, what up, Vice? Welcome to the channel. All right. Wow. I kind of wanted to restart it anyway because I didn't hit the 6th skill with the first rotation. Okay. And my rock is all off and shit. All right. Wait for it. That's the 3rd skill again. I still kind of got the proc a little bit, but it was slightly late. Can I get close to 10 million? 9.7. Ain't bad with a level 70 character, bro. Not bad at all. As long as they don't make her universal when she gets her awakened, she's gonna blow that shit up. Oh, I messed that up. messed that up. I keep forgetting her damage accumulation is on the 2. I messed up the rotation on the first one and didn't, well, essentially the same thing on the second one because I didn't cast damage accumulation. There we go. With the 5th skill. Alright. Where'd the light go? Did they get me for a light? Yeah, they supposed to drop one after that first phase ends. That should have been my second light already. Alright, pick up the light. Alright. Whoa. We'll let this play out and see what happens. But I don't think it's going to be enough time for enough lights to come out. You know what it is? I think I'm waiting too long to get that light. Alright. we on track. Nice. All right. Cool. So close to 10 million on both runs. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Nothing major there. Let's see. But since I've got no team up collection, hold on. Let me do this. Let me catch up with the chat right quick. Let's do that. There we go. I should be able to keep up with the chat a little bit better now. Um, Let me see. Blue Marvel and Anti-Man are still missing their tier 4. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying. I mean, but not just them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cats that's still missing that, you know? Let's get some Otherworld battle going. Because I don't think AC is up right now. So we'll do that. And we'll get caught up on the chat right here. Let's see, the patch notes released for the character info. Not yet. I can go check actually. Let's get a new tab going. Yeah, just a sneak peek, the key art, the maintenance notice, and the sneak peek. So that does mean that all of the existing joints are getting ready to end, so make sure you collect all of your rewards. If you have any tokens to spend, go ahead and do what you gotta do so you do not miss out. I actually had a little idea of taking these tokens I got, since I don't think I'm gonna be able to get enough to get Jeff's artifact, in lieu of getting that CTP chest, which we got an insight out of, by the way. I think I may just blow them all on the cheap chest in the hopes of getting another CTP or two. And if they're the same, and even if they're trash, I can smash them together. And if it's winds up being a brilliant, you know what we're gonna do. So that's kind of the other idea. You know what? We just won with them. So keep doing it till they stop you. Let's see. You said you're building Gorr for now, skipping Kang. And no. Yeah, we talked about that, so not mad at that. Okay, Gorr got the self-heal. Yeah, he got the self-heal. He has the revive. Like I said, the super guard break. Immunity. Remember Alliance tournaments? Yeah. Gorr probably gonna be greater than Kang. You know what would be cool if Gorr is like a hard counter to Sentry, but it's countered by Kang. I think that would be cool. Or it's hard countered by Null. I think that would be also be cool. It's like he can't just come out and just dominate the meta. There has to be some sort of who beats who amongst those four. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's like, okay, we'll just get this dude and mop everybody. And how boring is that? You know what I mean? It should be cool for like 5 minutes, and then everybody will start complaining. Let's see if you go my way. And you have everybody with a hard counter in there, with probably an off meta counter as well. It's like, yeah, you can dominate, but you know, we also have options to deal with you. Then you just don't get this overwhelmingly dominant situation to to where it's like this deadlock of 4 or 5 characters. I mean, when you open it up, you really got to bring tactics, you know? And of course, the argument people will make will be, well, then what's the point of even building them? It's like, that's kind of short-sighted, you know what I mean? I mean, he doesn't have a team-up collection for now. Who's to say they don't do a team-up collection with this update for the Asguardians and call that the, you know, y'all wanted content, here's a team-up collection type shit. You know, I hope they don't do that, but they could definitely do that. It wouldn't be the first time they've done some shit like that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be the first time they've done some shit like that. Yeah, we about to come up out of here and start mixing teams up a little bit. Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness gracious. I was gonna say, should have been on your last leg a long time ago. But everybody got these damn revive characters and shit. I may have to revisit this thing with Juggernaut. Maybe Cap if he's not, you know, debuffed and shit. And maybe Magic or somebody like that. And see if they can come down through there. But I gotta get back out of the wood leagues. Like, all those guys are just... they just too damn strong, bro. Yeah, I got everything else out of there. Now I gotta get my lick back. And then we're gonna move on. Wow. We lost in the end. Are you serious? In a 2v1. Ah, well. Ah, well. Oh, we do got a fresh one. Okay. mm. Let me see if I can take him. Yeah, we'll let Sentry take on the Mystery Meat team. I'm kind of scared of it though. I think it's probably 2 tier 4s, 2 native tier 3, tier 4s, like Kang and Sentry or some shit. Oh no, it's just sort of what I got, but different. Double support instead of So this is where that double support is really gonna probably cook. Yeah. Damn it. Alright, Kane cooks. So we up 2-1. Really liking this matchup here. Hey, Wolverine finally got his artifact triggered, but he did not trigger. Oh, he actually got the dub. Yo. Okay. I thought he didn't trigger Ghost Rider's artifact yet. Or he triggered it like after his was popped or whatever. I guess he did. Well, it's Sentry. Nope. Let's do that. Oh yeah. Jeff is not helping you there, my guy. He buffs heroes. Oh, but he still got the dub against Null, which is surprising, with AV. Really lets you know how much Null's kind of falling off, eh? Kang wasn't able to get the dub against Sentry. Wow. I'm about to go back in and tweak a lot of my builds. Start dropping ODINs and such on folks. Yeah. Yeah, that must have just been a mismatch because we just got fucking wiped. If only I had a few premium cards. Baby. Yeah, got that one kind of where I want it. Solving 36% cooldown. Got the triple HP with the all attack. 57% HP, so I need to bring my HP up a lot. But the 16% pierce is really holding me back. I need more premium cards. So that's the thing. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So we'll see how this matchup here goes. See if we can get back in our winning ways. But since he ain't got a team up collection and other support stuff, well, there's no telling what they're gonna bring with this. They could decide to change his artifact. That's also a thing. You know, it could be a situation where, like, if you give Gorr the the Ghost Rider 4th skill, but for heroes, right? That wild attack buff, but to heroes. That could be a thing. You know what I mean? That could be pretty nuts. Um, right now in this kit, he already has 5% additional Pierce, right? Same as every other tier 3 native. He's got a shitload of decreased damage reduction. He's got the revive. He's got bleed, elasticity, stun, paralysis. He's got the ignore iframe on the 2 on a 4-second cooldown, right? Incapacitation and 80% chance to penetrate everything for 4 seconds. So, and the animation thing, it was crazy on this thing. You could just keep it up. Let's see, he's got the stun, the silence, and the decreased damage received on the 3, so nothing special there. Some more ABX stuff on there, and then damage accumulation on the 4. And then he's got end cap on the 5 that strips all buffs, and then invincibility, a frenzy buff, and then his tier 2 passive, he has super armor, increase all basic defenses by 50%, and skill damage bonus damage by 40% apiece, with the Wolverine heal every second. And then he's got 35% HP to supervillains and debuff removal. So quite a bit in his kit. And then on his tier 3, he's got bleed, elasticity, stun, silence, paralysis, and another 9 seconds worth of 80% chance to penetrate everything with 100% damage proc. And a 40% attack buff. So whenever they bring this guy to the game, he's gonna be or whenever he gets his uniform, depending on what they do with his uniform bonus. And then his artifact also has damage to superheroes, damage to supervillains. They might change that, they might not. It just depends, I don't know. If they did, that would actually be dope, because you can unlock his artifact for free through his World Boss stage. But this is the other thing that I hope too, that they do not do. They don't just go, here's a World Boss Legend Plus stage for Gorr, and that be the end of it. Now, if they made a World Boss Legend Plus stage where you had to fight Odin and Valkyrie, that would be fucking dope. I'd be here for that, because we don't get to fight heroes very often. And that's the, you know what I mean? That would be dope. Like if they kind of reversed it and was like, yeah, we got something for you, but here's a twist. I'd be here for that. And they need to do something different with World Boss. I mean, folks would be like, finally, someplace I can take my villains into and take advantage of a lot of these buffs. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd be here for it. I don't know about y'all, but that's another angle that I was, kind of looking at. But anywho, if they gave Gorr this thing right here, that portion down there where it says acquires the following effect for that right there acquires the following effect for 0.1 second, and that little wording that says supervillain, change that shit to superhero and leave it the same. The originator of this joint was actually my guy Red Skull way back in the day, but he really never had a spot to use it. Outside of some PvP stuff, and he never was really cut out for that. But the difference is his is up all the time because it was part of his tier 2 passive. So, they could do something like that. Maybe. And that would be pretty gnarly. So, just trying to figure it out and see. Oh my God, Kang gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. I'm here for that. That was a nice upset. Can we get the sweep? Can we get the sweep? Yo, Wolverine, I see you, baby. All right, last one. Mike can take advantage of that Kang in the third round in a mirror match because he doesn't have the right supports, but we'll see. We gonna make it to the third round. Yes, we're gonna make it to the third round because it takes 3. But shit, the way these fools getting they man say. Way these folks getting they chalupa knocked out they taco, man. That was not right. All the meat on the ground, scattered about. Yeah. Yeah, I've been wondering. Um, about going for quality 6 and 7. On certain cards, or really just starting out, on all my cards, trying to take them up. Because we still got a lot of room to grow. All right. That's nice. Fresh 1,000. right? So another 50. That's all I'm going to be able to get. Which will bring my total to 280. So we will be short by about 40. So about a day, a little under a day's worth, unfortunately. So, and I ain't buying none. So, I figured, since what's in this little chest down here for 10 a pop, that's 23 pulls, or 28 pulls, which means I got 28 cracks at getting a CTP. So I figured, why not, right? And since it's only 5 and, well, we're coming back for the live stream tomorrow. Yeah, we're coming back for the live stream tomorrow. So we'll save that for the live stream tomorrow. Yeah, because we probably won't be back on until like Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday. And probably later rather than sooner. So that's of course after tomorrow's live. Let's go ahead and open a Mythic Rift. So we can do some more essence farming. And if we got enough, we may do some artifact pulls here. I wonder if Valk get back to top position of supports like back in the day. I mean, they if she is, they're gonna have to give her some shit. They're probably gonna have to change her artifact to like applies to all allies or some shit like that. Yeah, if they come with a Asguardians team up collection, that would be nice. It is enough characters for them to pull that off. I mean, you got Thor, Odin, Beta Ray Bill, Sif. If they gave the rest of the Heimdall, if they gave the rest of the Asgardians some kind of uniforms, the Warriors 3, Lick, you know, if they gave all of the rest of those guys, you know, you could throw Malekith in there if you wanted to, some kind of way, or you know, Hela, you could also throw in there as well. So, you know, they definitely got enough where they could do it. They just need to give more of those guys uniforms and tier 4s. So if they come back with like a Warriors 3 mid-month, I'd be here for that. But we also may have to look out that it could be an early summer days for some reason. I mean, because if it drops, you know, June, they may decide to do that. Either that or a double mid-month, maybe. I mean, and Valk has some heavy contendership to deal with. I mean, that leadership offered from, let me see if I can find this shit. Yeah, that right there. That's 55% damage to anybody that's not a mutant. That is so useful. Even in PvP is useful to a certain degree if you can leverage it right. Anti-polarity effect increases damage to dealt to enemies except mutant characters by 55%. One, that's a different damage modifier. That's not, you know, that's just increased damage to not mutant types. So a little bit different damage modifier. So the scaling is not the same. The point in which it gets added into the damage equation is at a different point, so the multiplier is slightly different. So yeah, I would say as far as mutant supports, or best team for Storm, yeah, you're looking at it. Like you could argue Cyclops is slightly better, but I don't know. The damage from Polaris is sick both ways. With or without the uniform, and without the uniform, she turns hero. So you can still use her with Storm, like, so the versatility. But I got some PvP support CTPs I need to pass out as well. So we'll be taking a look here shortly. So yeah. We'll see what Gorr has. We'll see what, hopefully they give Odin some kind of V-pad skill. Or not even a V-pad. Just give him something where he has some motion in his kit. Like, I do not like characters that just root and are stationary with their skills. Yeah, you could say, well, Storm kind of does that, but at least she has some sort of motion. Like, she does have a little walk on the fifth, which is, but then she has the fifth, the first, where she can actually reposition herself pretty effectively. So, in certain situations. So, wish she had more, but unfortunately, the devs did not see fit to give it to her. They did make up for it with the amount of DPS, but it is what it is. But hopefully they give this guy some sort of mechanic where he can reposition himself and handle his business in that fashion. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break, grab something to drink, and while I let this ride, and I will be right back. We are back. Also, for the 518 or the 519, I'm sorry, maintenance, make sure you log in so you can get, whoa, that is not the right window. Let's see here. There we go. Make sure you log in so you can get access at the joint. You get yourself a mega tier 2 ticket, or not a mega tier 2 ticket. You get yourself a tier 2 selector, not the premium version but the regular version. So that's at least bios or whatever if you already got all the characters at tier 2. If you are new to the game, then you know you can take your character directly to tier 2 with this thing of your choosing. You also get 100 energy, 100 boost points, and some tier 2 mats for this thing. So not bad at all. Yeah, I also wonder when and where we are gonna get the new giant boss raid. That would be nice if it dropped here, but yeah, I don't know. So they've never really themed an update around the giant boss raid either. Like it's always been kind of slipped in. But then I also see the new giant boss raid coming with, you know, tier 4 only sort of content. So that's the other thing. And if that's the case, that means we're talking tier 5. I look for that to be with Doomsday, with Avengers Doomsday. That's probably when they're gonna drop tier 5, honestly. You know, I've sat back, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know, everybody's wondering when they're gonna do it. And that's kind of the most, and has been the most obvious choice, I think, for the longest time. They've always done the initiatives around the Avengers. So they would not break trend now. So yeah, I would look for tier 5 around December. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't have more than one giant boss raid, and the second one will probably be tier 5, which means of the let's go over here right quick over on Thanos Vibes, because quick reference of the most requested giant boss raids, you have Ego the Living Planet, you have Onslaught at 24 and 15% respectively, you have Chaos King and Blackheart at 13%, so they're tied at third essentially, and then you have Shumagarath taking in 7% of the vote. So yeah, there may be some difference in between Chaos King and Blackheart, but they also said that, down here at the bottom, please understand, and all of this stuff, and about the variable of the percentages not necessarily correlating to the number one ranked being the first one added. So they're not gonna go in order. Now I don't know if they're talking about specifically for Giant Boss Raid or if they're talking about the updates overall. That kind of remains to be seen. But yeah, we'll find some homes for some of these PvP CTPs. We found one for Jeff. We also have this one right here. And then we got this guy right here. So we gotta find homes for them. I think we're gonna hang on to the Brilly Rage. We also have another PvP Liberation. So they all rolled for PvP, which is kinda dope. So we'll throw one on Hella. I think that makes pretty good sense. Throw Insight on Wasp, because that's just good business. And yeah, I think we can get away with throwing a lib on Samurai as well. So I think that's how that's gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna have to come down through there with the energy on farming those what's the names if we plan on pulling something. Let's see here. That's just 35% elemental damage plus her artifact. Oh, that's right. Hella got the other one. And they're all PvP anyway. So yeah, 140 isn't really hitting on shit, is it? Yeah, some of those ones we got locked as trash. Nope, not that one. That one. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone. And I'm slap it on Valkyrie here so we can get some use out of it. There we go. We'll take advantage of that liberation from your girl, and we'll see how far that get me. The tier 3 is locked. But they should both do fine without it. Oh, Thor is striking from Mephisto. I might have to switch to like Miles. Ghost Rider or something for my boy, but they were able to complete that with relative ease. So, yeah. Pretty nice when you got some support CTPs to roll around. We'll have to see how we roll in Team Battle Arena on tomorrow's live stream. Because a bunch of those teams just got a nice boost, and we are definitely going to have to put hella into the mix on a team. But that is going to have to wait. Because I do believe we're going to call it after we get through with these runs for zombie survival. So I'm going to go ahead and let it ride out to this. Once again, it's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. As always, sound off in the comments down below. And of course, make sure you subscribe to stay up on all of what we got going on over here. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Let's see, brother, give me some tips. I want to max my sentry ASAP. So what's your put your IGN in the chat there, Loose Mater. And I'll check out your account before we get up out of here. Give you a few tips. I will say this, the main thing is going to be cards for Sentry. I don't think he has a team up collection. So, not nothing you need to worry about on that end. But cards, swords definitely need to be upgraded. And properly rolled. And then the other thing, you're probably going to want to run a conquest on him, more than likely. If you can get a mighty, cool, try to roll it as best you can. He'll perform way better with a brilliant. Otherwise, you can throw a greed on him. I know a lot of people that advise against that, but that ambush proc will still help you cut through a lot. So of course, maxing his uniform is a must. The double HP on both of the uniform slots, with those maxed out, will definitely go a long way. And then popping the requisite ODINs on him, double HP in every slot if you can. The magic Odin's blessing in every slot if you can. Like, you're only going to be able to put one per gear. Outside of that, I would roll them with energy attack and HP. And then if you need to sprinkle in some crit rate, crit damage, you can do so. But that would be like my offhand advice. Just without even seeing that account. But most folks are going to be rolling them with a Brilly Conquest. And that's because of the 100% wall proc. The other thing too is you're going to want to roll your swords with some sort of concentration in there. So, you know, that's another little tidbit. Because that's definitely going to go a long way. Outside of that, I would say building your emblems is going to go a long way as far as helping a lot of your characters, getting the pierce reduction, or not the pierce reduction, getting the instinct attack and instinct defense and crit rate, crit damage, all of that stuff coming from the emblems is definitely going to go a long way for you as well. Getting the HP joint for timeline battle, I think it's in the Amazing Spider-Man emblem collection. That's going to go a long way for you. Whichever one does all of the timeline shit. And then any of the other ones that drop HP that is not specific for a game mode, if it is one. Then, of course, other little stuff. Unlocking as many characters, taking them to tier 2, taking them to tier 3. That gives a boost to your entire roster as well. Marvel Future Fight. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Angry Jackass. Truer words were never spoken. Yeah, they are handling this handily. Mm, mm, mm. Stack up on Godstone. Mm. That's a way different scale. Okay, I was gonna say it didn't move at all. But yeah, something like that. My sentry need a little crit rate. Still does. He's a little over on crit damage. Yeah, so we're just waiting on the ones we need. Mm, I could pull that from Doom. There we go. All right. And we are still ooh. That is perfect. That is perfect. We need a little bit of skill cooldown. Just a shot. Hate to do it, but sacrifices. Let's see here. That one would have to be an energy attack. Crit damage. Odin's blessing. So let's go grab that. have one there. Okay. Okay. And then yeah. So you just saw his rank go from what, like 8,000-9,000 to, with a few Odin's blessing equippings, to he jumped like 3,000 ranks or more. And that in turn, you know, that and you know, also getting the last uniform slot, of course, to Mythic. Still got to do the same thing with Carnage. Still got to do the same thing with Wen Wu. Still got to do the same thing with my guy, Thanos. Now, Thanos we can take care of. Ooh. Dude ate up all of the XP chips. My guy said he want all the XP potato chips. I'm glad I didn't make cards. And then go back to the stove and get some more XP potato chips in this flavor and some black antimatter Sprite. Goodness gracious. Okay. So we're going for the 1980s. High 70s, we may settle. Okay. That's 1892. See, they trying to get me. You know what? We'll take that. That's maxed out. We're in the 2040s. And yeah, I'm cool with the dodge. $379, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, top 5,000 century now. Just that quick. Let's see how that translates in timeline battle if he's not banned. We'll go ahead and throw the big 3 in there. Oh, well, this is going to be a cakewalk. But yeah, maxing out all of the uniform options, getting the uniform to Mythic first, of course, and then maxing out all of the uniform options. Okay, auto L. But getting all the uniforms to Mythic, maxing out all of the optionals. You know, getting you some ODINs going in the slots. Getting you the right CTP on there. And the right CTP for where your account is. If you're trying to punch up, then, you know, that ambush proc on the greed may be for you. That may be the thing that you want to do. You know what I mean? I got ran through Adam. Yeah, my sentry is standing a little bit taller these days. Okay, and this is with no support either. Might have to do a sentry showcase with the last couple. Yeah, that was way different. Let's yeah, let's put Hella out there so she can buy time. So I believe she does have a halfway decent artifact. All right. Get out the way of that nonsense. Don't stand there and soak up damage like an idiot. Oh, got debuffed. Got debuffed, finally. do you need but a sentry? What else do you need but a sentry in timeline battle? This will be a good test right here because it's not a mirror match. So we'll see if we can take out the other two medals with support. We do have to stand up to the whole 7 seconds of null. We're able to do that. Ooh. Ooh. We're able to get a hold of Kang. So get out of the way of his nonsense. Oh my God, Sentry. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? I know the autoplay button was on, but I was controlling that. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we might not need that mighty conquest. You know, give him a few more tweaks and we might have ourselves something there. But anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. I hope the advice helps. You never dropped your IGN, so it's kind of difficult to give you any further advice. Yeah, we're losing this one, so it is what it is. I didn't play enough, but then they didn't either, so. And your boy is out of time. But anywho, let's build those back up. And dismantle this. Okay, we just got 5K. Let me see. Yeah, there shouldn't be any new artifacts coming. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till after the update. Yeah. Anywho, like I was saying before, y'all like, comment, share, sub. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. And as always, we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile